computer in here and you can see the board. So I'm using the board today. And I'm gonna talk about monthly budgets and why you need them. Everybody should get one. And I'm gonna show you why. So as you can see, by the way, this isn't my bills. I just made this up. I don't pay $1,100 on rent. But I'm just pretending like there is somebody that does have to pay $1,100 on rent. Utility actually changed around a lot, depending on how much you use electricity and the wire. But I'm just gonna say 85. Car insurance. I mean, it could be more for some people, but this person, we want to say $90. And I don't have car. This is car insurance. So for some of y'all will have a car payment, but we'll say this person paid their car off. They pay it off like right before they move out. Groceries, they spend $200 a month. Credit card, $400 a month. Comcast. So Comcast could be internet, cable, and it could also be like the phone, like landline. I have never owned a landline in my life. I think most people in my generations, we didn't really own landlines when we moved out. We used them as kids, but as adults, we just stuck with our cell phones. I think Gen X is probably like the last generation to use landlines after moving out as adults. But anyway, so this is all the expenses this person have, and that's the income. But I'm going to get back with that. So the expenses, how much does this person have to pay every month? Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but we'll say $1,100, and we're going to add that utility, which is $85, plus the grocery. I mean, you could change the grocery, how much you spend on groceries. It's not always the same, but $200 is an estimate. Some people spend more than that. Some people spend less, especially if you use those apps I give you. And some people are just really good with coupons. So I just put $200 there. Credit card, $400. That's a lot in credit cards. But sometimes we're forced to use credit cards and the Comcast. For some of y'all, that Comcast is over $100, $200. I used to have like cable and the internet, and they charged me like, at first it was a good price. It was like around $80. Then like every year it went up over 100. It was like $115 I was spending every month. I wanted to pay less than $100. So I had to get rid of the cable. I just stuck with the internet. So, and this is what I use for the cable. This thing right here, I'm able to pick up some channels. Yesterday I was able to watch Grimm, and sometimes I get like the Walker Texas Ranger. So you will get some channels when you use that antenna. So 400 plus the 95. So what's the total expense? $1,800. 1880. Okay, so 1880. So that is a lot of money you're spending. 1880. Sometimes you'll have more of this left over, and sometimes it'll be less. Because you know the utility fluctuates. And what else? The groceries that fluctuates. And also, if you keep using a credit card, this will go up. Before you know, it'll be $500, $600 every month. But now the income. So this is gonna be your job. So you have a job. So total income. So I'm just gonna put income. Income total. – So total income. Also, you just have one job here, so I'm gonna put 2,100. And how I do this, I subtract this amount from this amount right here. And how much would that give me? So 2,100 minus 1,880. And that gives you $220 not left over. So that's not too bad. I mean, it will give you some money to play around with. It actually would. Give you some money to play around with. So make use some of this money to go out and eat. You can save some of this money. So, because that's one thing you want to do, is save as much as possible. So it seems like a lot of money have left over. It seems like enough to keep you from being homeless. But then the next year, of course, rent goes up $80. Yeah, it goes up $80. Yeah, I added $80 to it. So now 18. Yeah, we'll just track another $80 from 220, and that gives you 140. But I'm gonna do something else. What if you was spending like 180 on car insurance? So now you spend $180 on car insurance. 180. And you're spending, we're gonna say you're spending $600 on credit cards, Comcast. We're gonna say you have internet and cable, so you're spending, I don't know how much it is together now. I'm gonna say 150. So I'm gonna show you something now. Why you need to control your budget. So 1180 plus 85 plus 180. That is a lot in car insurance. Plus 200. I know some people probably pay more than this, but 180x, still quite a bit. Then of course credit card, 600. That is a lot. That is a debt taking. That's a debt killer right there. Plus 150. So all together, you are spending 2,300. So I'm gonna put the new expenses $23.95. So that is a lot of money right there, $23.95. So how much will you have left over now? So we're going to subtract this amount from this amount, and we're gonna see what you get. So 2,100 minus 23.95. Oh, can y'all guess how much it is now? That you're gonna have. So you're gonna be spending. No, this is how much you'll have left over. So you're actually losing money every month now. You're not gaining anything. So that could be a bad thing right there. And if you don't take control of this, I mean, you're just going to get further and further in depth. So there's things you could do in this situation if you're spending this much. You can look at your expenses. What can you cut back? Also, you don't have any control on rent. I mean, you could technically get a roommate and maybe divide the rent payments. But some of us don't want to deal with roommates. Utility. Try to use less electricity and don't use too much water. One thing I found how that could work with the AC is try to keep it like around 78. most of the time when you're not around. Groceries, I mean, you kind of have control over it. So may cut back $100 on groceries. You might be able to do it. Credit cards. Try stop using your credit card so much. The lowest credit card amount, try to pay that off as fast as you can because you want to get this down. And I have a separate video on how to pay off the credit card debt. I have a strategy for that one, but it's a separate video. If you go to my channel, I mean, you might be able to find it. I don't know what I call it, how to get out of credit card debt. You might be able to find it. I know I did more than one of them. Comcast. Maybe this is like the internet and what was it? Cable combo. One thing I did use was Trim. I used Trim to like negotiate my Comcast bill. Unfortunately, Trim no longer does that, so I don't know what you would have to use now. I mean, I'm sure there may be some other apps or some other websites that could negotiate your internet or cable bill. But I was telling you what I used to use. I used to use Trim. Or you just call Comcast yourself, try to get like a lower payment. That's what I did. If I was able to get like my cable and internet bill under $100, I would have kept the cable. But the thing with Comcast, I wasn't able to do that. So I gave the cable a boot and I was able to spend less than $100 every month. So you may have to do that if you're spending this much. And of course, like I said, I have like this antenna right here that I use to watch some. It's not gonna get every channel, but you'll pick up some channels. And you only have to buy that once. Once you buy it, you don't have to spend any more money on it. So I have job right here. So this job, you know what I'm about to do, right? 9 to 5. So it's not really 9 to 5, but that's what you call a job, just like your normal 9 to 5 job. One thing you could do is like an extra side hustle. Let's say, I'm just gonna put Uber Eats. Thing with Uber Eats, you get control your hours. Maybe you can bring in like an extra $300, $400 a month to an Uber Eats. Let's put $400. You might be able to pull it off, depending on how much work you put into it. So, you know, I'm just gonna keep it like it is here. So now it's like $2,500 you have now. So 2,500. So 2,500 minus 23.95. So now you have $105 to yourself now. I mean, you could really push it some more. You could try to do like $500. You could do like $1,000 a month with Uber Eats if you like really push it. But we're gonna say you're just doing it to get like an extra 400. So that's one thing I like with Uber Eats. You control how much you make. Not how much you make, but how you control your hours. So I just want to show this budget and why everybody needs one. I want to show like different situations where the first one, the budget was pretty good because they had money left over for like their personal spending. Maybe they want to go out to eat like once a month or a few times a month. I mean, it's not a big deal. Then a second one I showed where the rent went up. I raised the car insurance. And of course, I also raised the credit card. So obviously, without the credit card, if you are able to like pay this credit card completely off, you know how much money you'll have left? So Let's go back. So $23.95 minus 600. So now that's going to be $17.95. And now we're going to subtract $17.95 from this amount, $2,500. And that will give you quite a bit of money right there. So yes, $705, that's a lot of money to save right there. So it could work. I mean, I just want to show this video to you people watching at home, or maybe you're listening to this in your car. I just want to show why you need to keep control of your budget, why everybody need a monthly budget. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And you want to see other videos like this, feel free to subscribe to this channel. Hit on that bell button. That way you'll be notified every time I do a video. But that being said, have a good weekend. Bye for now.